Every single day on the calendar holds secrets, strange events, and unbelievable true stories. Today, we are going back through time to uncover 5 amazing things that happened on this exact date throughout history. Some changed the world, some changed science, and one of them is just plain weird. First, on this day, an act of quiet defiance reshaped a nation. On December 1st, 1955, in Montgomery, Alabama, a 42-year-old seamstress named Rosa Parks refused to give up her bus seat to a white passenger. But it was the catalyst that ignited the Montgomery bus boycott. For 381 days, the African-American community refused to ride city buses, walking for miles and organizing carpools. This sustained peaceful protest crippled the city's transit system and led to a Supreme Court ruling that declared segregation on public buses unconstitutional. One woman's simple no on this day sent ripples through history, sparking a pivotal moment in the civil rights movement. Next, on this day, a decision by a world leader changed the course of history, and not in a good way. On December 1st, 1135, King Henry I of England died, reportedly from eating a surfeit of lampreys. Despite his doctor's warnings against eating the rich eel-like fish, the king indulged his craving. The resulting food poisoning led to his sudden death, plunging the kingdom into chaos. His only legitimate heir had previously died, and his attempt to name his daughter Matilda as his successor was challenged by his nephew, Stephen of Blois. This triggered a bitter civil war known as the Anarchy, a nearly 2-decade period of instability and conflict that devastated England. One meal, one mistake, one enormous consequence. Third, this day marks a moment when a character arrived that people didn't know they needed. On December 1st, 1887, the first ever Sherlock Holmes story, A Study in Scarlet, was published in Beeton's Christmas Annual. Its author, Arthur Conan Doyle, had written a new kind of detective, one who used logic, observation, and forensic science. In a world accustomed to mysteries solved by coincidence or confession, the idea of a consulting detective was revolutionary. The story wasn't an immediate sensation, but it planted the seeds for a global phenomenon, creating a character so vivid that many believed he was real, and a genre that continues to dominate books and screens over a century later. Fourth, a major event on this date happened in 1925, when the leaders of Europe gathered to sign the Pact of Locarno. After the devastation of World War I, the continent was desperate for security. This series of treaties, signed on December 1st in London, was meant to guarantee the borders of Western Europe and secure a lasting peace, particularly between Germany, France, and Belgium. The spirit of Locarno was celebrated, and its architects were awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. It felt like a new dawn of diplomacy. Yet, the promise was an illusion. The Pact's foundation was fragile, and it was ultimately shattered by the rising tensions that would lead to World War II just over a decade later. And finally, this day marks a moment of incredible human brilliance. On December 1st, 1990, 2 tunnel workers, one British and one French, shook hands through a small man-made hole 40 meters beneath the English Channel. This was the moment the 2 halves of the Channel Tunnel, or Chunnel, officially met. For the first time since the Ice Age, Great Britain was physically linked to mainland Europe, and the triumph of a dream that had been proposed as far back as the Napoleonic era. History doesn't repeat itself, but it definitely leaves clues. If you want more mind-bending events and unbelievable stories, make sure to subscribe and check out tomorrow, this list of what happened on that day in history.